Time to enter court. It's now the time of the judge of the case of Town versus Gina Lestrade. Oh my god, it's been a fantastic investigation. Normally, I prefer much more the character to the investigation, so I cannot imagine just how cool this is gonna be. I am so excited. I really love his attorney, guys. Like, you have no idea. Okay, everything seems to be set in stone. How about we go into the game? When I awoke the following morning, Sato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day and last. One that I would remember for the rest of my days. I feel like the TV is far away from me. Sorry for scaring you guys. I know my face is not the best one. A bit more. Perfect. The Old Bailey. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So where's your friend then? Dory? You know, they're in the fancy dress. The Sart, or however you say it. I don't know. Mrs. Sato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You're right with that alert, yeah? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as tough to It's not as tough Mr. Sato and I won't meet again one day. Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. I'm gonna guess that it's Iris. I knew it! How are you feeling, Jeannie? Did you manage to sleep? Oh, Wagahi. Wait, you brought the cat? Iris, what you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Why did I voice the cat? Ah, Waggy! Great way to show your support, kitty. Let me have a nose around. What can I do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? Okay, I was just making sure that the microphone wasn't picking up on the TV. Got it? What did you say, Runa? Jeannie? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Yes, that question always keeps people away. Yes, that question always keeps away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? The bad news was a weather report? I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train is in the lady on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. That's bad. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well,
train is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it?
Iris, come on. Couldn't give up monkeys, really. I think that she meant to say monkey's ass. Only all good news cancel out the bad.
And look! This trial has made the headlines too!
Oops.
Hamburger perishes in big burst blunder, see?
You like that? Well, let me say what I want. Let's see if I can. I can't because you're covering your face.
Don't worry, Bruno will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense.
I will?
And then, in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharge diver is downless do-gooder. Is that right, Bruno?
Oh, yes, let's hope so.
Of course they will! I have absolute faith in you!
Again? Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. I really overdid it on the bitter.
How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here. I wonder if there's a clue here. Nothing like a good coffee, to be honest. Oh! It really is here. Very good.
How awful! Virginia, I mean.
But tomorrow's headline will be Discharge Diver is Dauntless Gooder.
Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger.
Bigger? How?
Brown Pickpocket protects planet bus trial, perhaps?
What? Protects planet?
Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's going to be so great.
God, this is gonna be interesting. So, I am scared to turn this around. Whoa. Let's. There it is. This is what I was trying to look at.
There's a sensational story lower down the front of the page as well. Ministry Mall? A Soviet secret might have leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice.
Whoops. For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of world news.
It's about secret communications between Great Britain and their allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? Oh my god.
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career? A new career, Runa?
No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday?
Yes, it could be, and it could explain why he has Grexy running from pillar to post at the moment.
Yes. It's a good thing that I checked this. And I'm starting to wonder... Oh, I don't have it. Disc. I'm thinking of the disc.
Good luck then, Runa. I'll do what I can.
Hmm?
Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do her voice for the longest time. And this one is actually destroying my throat.
I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris?
Yes, Jeannie?
Well... I was wondering, is all, about Sholmes. Did it fix him up alright?
Yes. The operation was a great success. But... a little Iris still hasn't come around yet. Huh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news.
Oh, right.
No Susato-san, no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense, the trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
It's time then.
Yes. Let's go, Gina, Iris.
Lead the way, Reno.
Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Are you ready, guys? We're entering court, and I'm so happy I want to meet our jury. It's gonna include... Pretty sure it's gonna include the hat guy. It will be incredibly weird if it included Beppo. Oh! I know most of them. I see Mr. Garidev. And... the service lady. I also saw the type girl. The one that was typing all the time. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Oh boy. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready! Lorban 6. My lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? It was some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes. And then 2 months ago, you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. And here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? I didn't know that he was gonna come back. In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Yet today, you choose to try a single case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little bit puzzling, counsel. There are 2 types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels hide behind the mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large.
He means Mr. Kappa killed it, but you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Magnus McGilda, if I'd known what a monster he was, I would never have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, confident tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese. Oh wow! He hates Japanese people! What? Did he really just say that?
He means you, Naruto.
I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? A torrid look of hatred in Lorban 6's eyes. Was that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people? An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lorban 6. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Of course I didn't recognize the old man. What is this? And what is she doing now? Is she now Morse code? What is... Okay, we have Mr. Gary Dev, the maid from the first case. I don't know who is this third guy. The doctor, the old man, the typewriter. Isn't that the terrorist? Isn't that the terrorist from the 6th game? I mean, the sixth scene from the second case? The Russian terrorist is here. I'm sure it is. Okay. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? I'm a lieutenant in the British Army am here. Don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. Your lordship's mottos is very appropriate here, I think.
He has a stethoscope. Stethoscopic. Okay. Let's say. He looks young and dumb. And
Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
the old man.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in here. It's not possible. But could I have?
Last time I didn't know what to give her my voice, so I kinda have an idea now, thanks to Jail Apocalypse.
Woman indispensably society's top. Female-centric future awaits. Top.
Oh my god, this guy. He doesn't even know English. Also, I know that he's Russian, so...
Good day. I'm visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Is something wrong, Bruno?
Oh, not exactly, it's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The rulers are chosen at random from the 6 million inhabitants,
You know? So I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. Very well. Now, Lordman 6. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Bakers, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. But the heart. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. This report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And he's gonna say that it's because Jean is shorter. And what's that supposed to tell us?
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
I knew it! I'm on top of him again.
Someone like the accused, you might say. The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, the court observes. Hand them over to the bailiff, please. And the picture.
I now ask the third.
Oh, okay, I don't care. I'm gonna check my evidence. I always check my evidence. Oh! It's gonna be interactive. Dr. Stevens?
Don't tell me that
The reporting party is myself. Okay, cool. Okay, so basically what he just said. Now here's a picture, I can see... Wait. That is gunpowder. If I remember correctly, all of the times that I have played an Ace Attorney game, this means that he was showing it at point blank. Okay.
I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept his articles onto him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only two persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused.
I wasn't able to do the effect that I wanted.
It may further interest you to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet.
Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway?
He's one of those filthy rats that live in the slums in the East End.
Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood in her hands and... What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's going to cell! We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive.
I am already sloshed, my Nipponese friend. It is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. I wonder if I can be heard when I go like this.
Okay, I can.
Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses.
Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. People pick first or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establish the truth.
The court will check the floor plan and fire into evidence. Ah, nice. On them to the bailiff, please, 4/6.
At once, my lord.
The crime scene floor plan has been leveled up. The gun is what I'm curious about.
This isn't good. Let's check the gun.
This is the aim. This is Mr. Windybank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Windybank always used to keep his gun to hand his... Mr. Windybank always used to keep his gun to hand on his shop counter.
Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right. They kept only pawned articles that were in his car safe.
But his one bullet was fired at night and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to get the article safe?
Let's see, is there something here? No, the only thing that's checkable is the cylinder. Okay.
I feel like the movie here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno.
I think that's because it has.
That fast?
Let us begin! Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windbank on 16th April of this year.
So, yesterday.
What? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
They look like Layton characters.
Name's Nash Skulking. Occupation is body. Professional body. Name's Ringo Skulking. Occupation same as him. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right. We're what they call the three Skulking brothers. Rubbers.
What?
What are you looking at me like that for? Don't know me with you lot. Oh, blimey, that's cool. Don't you know what you... Cool, blimey, that's cool. Don't you know what we're going through? It's your older bro. Lost contact with him like we have, so we're scoring every shady corner of the capital. And then last night we come across you, the very speed of the brook. And that red Ringo? He's Nash. He's Nash. He's Nash. He's the very speed of him. So we decided to end...
God dang it. So we decided there and then what we was gonna do? So we decided there and then what we was gonna do? We was gonna call you
Big Brock Sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two.
So he's cooking, and that's before he's run out of chips. What the heck is this?
Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson.
Begging your pardon, my lord,
But the name's Tobias.
what I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand.
The Skulking brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves are they, these three? Thieves are they, these three?
God, I'm starting to confuse the accents because of how these guys are.
No, my lord. No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't lump me with this lot.
2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By George, you mean to say? What an extraordinary coincidence.
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietors there murder.
Oh my god!
Order! Order!
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, but they will naturally face trial in the very near future.
With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about this caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulking, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw.
Happy to. Because a skulking, never skulking! Get out of it!
They really the lead.
We was stuck down Baker Street in the small hours, and the Gap store was fjord, see? It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was. But as we got inside, core blimey, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
What was what?
We never did nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet. I feel like I'm Waluigi and Daddy's warrior. Yeah, that sounds nice. That actually helps me to understand how to make their choices.
A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was happening. Coffee went cold.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Did I actually share it correctly? I kinda didn't know. There it is. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes!
What's the matter, Runa?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by the pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense, because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is.
It's actually been a while since I've taken so long for the... Ooh, whoops, no. I accidentally... I activated auto somehow. I don't know how to deactivate outflow. Yes, I did something, and I don't know how to get it away from me.
We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours and the Gap store was surprised, see?
Oh, there it is.
The front door of Winterbanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Must have been about 1. Right, Ringo? Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Sulky? How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. Well, it was pitch black inside its store, ain't that right, Ringo? I'm not sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulkys, me old mucker? Leave me alone.
There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when this gentleman ventured into the open establishment, the accused Miss Gina Lestrade already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection!
This is pure conjecture. Perhaps. But it changes nothing. brothers inadvertently wander into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and venturing inside.
Right, that's what happened. It was like some kind of sign. Thank you for that submarine, it was.
Hold it! What are you trying to suggest? That you have to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious way, they say, don't they, Ringo? They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of the... Oh, God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
And well, no, well. I'm dead sure that. It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time. You don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it. It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside.
They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, I can't deny it.
It led us to block what just looks like just her oh my god, they're not gonna leave him alone.
I said cut it out. I said cut it out.
I said cut it out. Oh my god, it's very hard to get the accent with this.
Those ships are getting a jumping today.
But once we got inside, God blimey me, we're a gunshot from the back room.
Hold it!
A gunshot, you say? Just the one. Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Captain. I can swear to that. It was, Nash, it was. Ain't it right, Bob?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Winterbank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Winterbanks always used to say he only ever kept like a single bullet loaded.
That's true. I remember him saying that as well. So we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as a murder weapon.
Yes, my lord, we can.
And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
Wonderful. Okay, I can already tell that there were two gunshots at the very least.
We wanted to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
Hold it! Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom?
If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Of course, there was only a little lamp. There was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open the door?
Eh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Oh, well, your turn to rabbit, Ringo. Ash, yeah. I suppose you have to say we're noble there.
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream.
God, this is hard.
The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former.
Alright, somehow just proved that I was a coward at night.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Councils. So I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses. We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet.
No, that's a lie. I can already tell you that that's a big lie.
about this pair, Bruno?
I think they're lying through their teeth. That's what I think. And I'm going to prove it. What is it, Iris?
Well, I'm not really sure. There's just something a bit funny about that prosecutor over there.
Hmm? Wait, could this testimony be some sort of a trap? Okay, one thing is for certain, I forgot to press the last one.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything! Is that your story?
Well, it was Bedlam soon, I swear, isn't it? It was, Nash. It was. Didn't even have time to pull me dogs out and meet Lucy Luckets.
Lucy Luckets? So when attempt to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left nice and quietly, you say? Oh, I see that Nana actually reacted to the stream. Thank you, girl. I'm always here trying to... Well, not always, it's more like... I'm always happy to see you here. I hope that you enjoy this. You know, I always like Ace Attorney, so I'm always gonna play this.
That's right, Governor. I think we had more than violence. Peace-loving nipples is what we are, not bludgers.
I mean...
We are, Nash, we are. Every pull me dogs out and meet Lucy Luckets.
So you'd clearly like us to believe.
Eh? Come again?
Oh, wrong voice. As you fled from the pawnbroker that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
It's alive! They fire a gun, you see? Ah! Lie me, Governor! You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway?
It was. That is a big coincidence, to be honest.
Why, the bloody Nora! Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun, and as you fled the scene, you fired a gun at London's greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes.
They shot the great Mr. Sholmes? I did hear that actually. There was a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes? That's beyond the pale.
On the night in question, these pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows sign of having a shot being fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder are in the muscle, as you say, Counsel. The court will hold his weapon as evidence.
So this is gonna be a question of who shot who. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. What are you doing? What are you checking? Wait, you're checking the gun? Okay. So there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of these revolver's 6 cylinders.
Yes, which settles that only a single shot has been fired from it.
Exactly.
The bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it?
Yes, it happened almost as soon as we'd walk in through Windybank's door.
Now make those brothers pay!
Oh god. I'm kind of scared of what she's gonna do. I'm more scared of her than of Schultz. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. Or yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection!
Well, I don't need evidence because I was there.
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this car room were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast you're incompetent and move on. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windybanks that night.
The court demands that all claims are framed with clear proof. What evidence shows that this witness has unloaded a firearm on the pawnbroker's shop that night? Oh, this is cool.
Take that!
The evidence is in this portfolio.
What on earth have you there, Counsel?
During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do? How arrogantly Nippon is of you. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
And you claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein?
Yes, my lord.
No more darling then, Counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene? I mean, this one?
Take that!
What is that? Explain!
It's a photographic print taken at Windybank's pawnbroker on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it?
Yes.
Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged in there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
I'm pretty sure that they don't notice, but I'm pretty sure that the calendar was already broken by the time we entered. Wait. I already have a theory. He wasn't shot in the back room. He was shot when he was changing the calendar date. Of course, he would have to be stretching up, and when he does that, he will be taller than pretty much anyone who would be in there. And then he was taken to the back room. But how did you close the door from the outside? Wait, no! No. I just remember. They actually managed to steal the disc in a way by using a forge. And actually, Sholmes does mention that he is able to clone any key without no trouble. So, there's a second key, but it was copied from the first one. And it was copied by Gina. That's how she entered there. Meanwhile, the real killer has the key. There it is. That's my theory right now. I'm living by it. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight, but this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th. That's right, and while it isn't refutable, the defense believes this is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night. Oh my god!
Order! How does the prosecution start, Lord Ben 6?
If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection.
Here we go! Desmadro mi pisto para establecer mi punto. Oh god. Chicho! Talking about the god! You really enter, and the first thing that happens is that he desmadró su pisto para establecer un punto. Destroy your cup of glass to prove a point. Exactly! Perfect timing. What is this, a parry?
Would you forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes?
Ouch! You have done that.
Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokeries illegally. And like the bold baddies,
There really is an Ultimate Marvel tournament in 2 weeks? You know how much I like that game? Oh yeah, you actually know. I actually just won a small amateur tournament. Amateur in the eyes of Iher Justice, for example, but I won.
and like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back to the street.
Take it easy there, governor. You're gonna land us in the soup. We got a deal. You weren't gonna get into the details. Tell him, Soki. Set the bloke straight. I have nothing to add.
So he knew, did he? Ansix knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes.
There will be stream! That's good. What are you gonna pick, Chicho? I know that you haven't played in quite a while. Well, not as much as I have, you know. So I'm kinda wondering, what are you picking? Are you going with the captain? Are you going with the Tasky? What are you picking? I wanna know. Chingo wants to know. Then again, Chingo always wants to know. That's why I play the kind of game.
It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what do you refer, Lord Van Six? Oh, whoops, I used my normal voice.
As has been established at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brothers' gun.
Maurice Spencer. Oregon? Spencer? Something else?
However, if that shot found its target, Mr. Jones, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim.
Of course. But I didn't know that you had a Morrigan. This is gonna be quite interesting to watch. So, do you know the channel? You know the event? So that I can go and see what kind of players are gonna be there? I'm so excited to see you play in a Marvel tournament again. I wonder if I can still find that picture where you're thinking of chicken during a tournament.
In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all.
T.A. Wolf. I'm gonna have to subscribe to the channel then.
So that's it.
That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We didn't, Ash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget, attempted murder.
Quite a catalog, eh, fellas? We're in for it now, bro.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbroker in question somewhat peculiarly. Where is he going with this? Mr. Holmes appeared to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric? Says who?
Not me. Don't give me that look.
He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh! That's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders!
What is that console? What is that console? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device.
Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment.
The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop,
You would be caught red-handed.
the prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question.
This is fun to watch.
As the cow will observe, copious identical prints are produced in a quite desultory fashion.
Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord.
The other one. I haven't seen the other one.
If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, the respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
Which is pretty much what everybody has been saying.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, man. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
Yeah, that's a bit friar talking, bro. Lady Log Lobster skulking. Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin? Eh? Must have been just after 1. Right, bro? Must have been, Nash, must have been. Yeah, just what 1?
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the stand. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Good lord!
Oh my god, I did not expect this.
It's the defendant. Miss Gina Lestrade!
I did not expect that. I really did not expect that.
As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter, no doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom.
That's scary.
Right, one can only easily imagine the best that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
I need to look at it closer.
I can't believe it! Genie!
Okay.
What's the mistake here? I don't get it yet.
This is gonna be careful. Okay. This is gonna be difficult.
In short, the accused is the only person who could possibly have killed Mr. Windbank.
I say, my lord!
Oh god, that's gonna be the jury. Mr. Garydev.
Wonder if I might put in a word at this point.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Took a belly bullet to the knee in the Battle of Mayland. 1880, you know.
Oh wow, this is old.
Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield.
Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point?
Carrying the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading this small squadron, 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together. You mark my words, one for all and all for one.
What?
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Gardev Squadron's position, sir.
What? No, it's too soon to make a judgment here.
Let us report for the corpsman, on the double!
His lordship insists on prompted at all times, and that goes for making decisions too.
I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it. I wouldn't have left it in here. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
Don't tell me that he's talking about the bullet.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning on this matter. Announce your consider verdict to the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh, that's right. She speaks more like this.
We're going in.
It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already.
That photograph! It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned.
But Ginny didn't shoot him.
No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
Very well. Court grants permission.
I really like the summation examination team.
So you refuse to admit defeat yet again. How unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty.
This guy operated on Sholmes.
All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this John Pochettini.
As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
I think you'll find that if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
If I have left it in there, I should think there will be repercussions by now. Oh my god! I am the worst person ever! I'm now sure that I operated on Sholmes, and he still has his bullet inside. Oh my god.
Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
In motherland, we say... No, wait. In motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
What the heck?
The circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this print! Take it from a chap who's in action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bullet trigger.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh dear, Harley's cameras were supposed to help, not hinder.
Well, to be fair, it's just revealing the truth.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
But Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank.
Which means there's more to the situation that we've yet to see.
Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Yay! I love this system!
Jury examination.
This is very interesting, to be honest.
If I can change the mind of more than half of these 6 jurors, trial will be over.
But we know that Gina would never shoot anyone.
Yes, so we need to find contradiction in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. I must be ready to go whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. How bad are we gonna have to go?
Hold it!
You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Gary Depp, aren't you? We must really stop meeting like this.
Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then.
Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. What happened here? Okay. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously. I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. Oh my god! Naruhodo, you're freaking crazy!
Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the guard of the house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers move out and I couldn't get a police hole to take up the tenancies. I haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Had enough that the old girls clapped up. Just can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. Not for us, that's for darn certain.
I suppose not.
Curse. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously.
Obviously, but honestly, I really wish he'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. Oh, so he's really not.
As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
Polishing the bench, I see. Again.
A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy
eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I had to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, big purses, and crossmen. The scum of the earth.
a little harsh, perhaps?
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those backslums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve this important goal.
You referring to Mr. Harold Sholmes?
That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders, cleaning up London Street. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes? A maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutters scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Minor detail, it was the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant.
A minor detail indeed. They're all gutters come as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement.
Oh, nice.
Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective.
Hold it!
Let's keep it again. I agree with you. The shooting of Mr. Sholmes was an unforgivable act. But the purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank.
I'm afraid you're splitting hairs, sir.
Sorry?
Whether it was the thieves or the big purse, it was a still gutter trash that shot the pawnbroker in the hand. Bill that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion.
Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this maid's mind isn't going to be easy.
Riddle, it was one of those two brothers that shot Harley, wasn't it?
Yes, without question.
Well, then I'll never forgive them.
Oh, Iris.
Perhaps we can use this maid's statement to help us somehow, do you think?
Yes, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what each juror has to say first.
think you'll find that if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. Oops.
Hold it!
What do you mean look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket is about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection!
But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it would reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Ooh, how did you know? I mean, the guy has one on the head.
Let's call it a lucky guess.
It never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity.
Of course.
Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspective we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen.
If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you.
If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now.
Oh, dang it. What exactly have you been muttering about all of this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that.
Ah, so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. Surgeon?
That totally passed me by.
Of course, people conducting surgery in this country are considered to be doctors. Oh no!
Wait, really?
Even though me and my god are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field.
So, what is it that you think you've left behind?
Oh well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. Oh my god. But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel! I thought that he was talking about the bullet! Couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
What? Surely not!
Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what has been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't! Inside Sean's. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really.
That's one way of putting it! The other is manslaughter!
That's exactly my concern. As soon as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, I'm sure I made out sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure. Oh my god.
Sure, you need to be more sure. I made up. Stop. Global radio transmission appeared to follow. Stop.
Hold it!
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop.
Yes, from the Empire of Japan.
All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. Ah, but now we have the electric telegram. We can send messages using electric signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Really? From back then?
Thousands of miles of cable? On the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it.
To be quite honest, yes. Me too.
You are well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past.
And just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carries over airwaves to four corners of globe. Stop. Stop and growing. Stop. Atmosphere. Stop and growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop.
Right. I know to wear out your fingers.
Air of wireless telegraphy. Stop.
Oh, she's really advanced to be honest.
That driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What other people? I can't understand them. I really can't. They're just silly toys.
Oh my god. I can't imagine that this was gonna happen.
Don't spare any feelings, will you? It's not like there's anyone here who likes stereoscopes.
So why exactly do you think that the defendant is guilty?
It's quite simple. We haven't been shown a scrap of evidence to suggest that she isn't the culprit.
You want me to prove a negative?
And just as Radar Webb's dad dashed through the skies faster than the eye can see. So we should dash to the conclusion of this trial and stop pattern to
Indecision. Oh my god. Okay, now I want the other one.
Hold it!
Variation. Okay, so she goes crazy first, right? There it is.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Juror number 3? Sorry to interrupt you, you're obviously fuming, but...
What?
Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you better do. Say that again. Go on. Out. I dare you. Goodness.
Are you talking to me?
I think it just might be Jess.
You think scared outside your toys, do you?
Absolutely. I mean, really? A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you just not use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease a man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
He's kinda right, I guess.
You just don't know. Right then. I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take the crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before.
What?
Have you got any, Runa? Any prints we could look at it with a stereoscope?
Yeah. How about this print here? Should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can.
Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to.
I've been delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Do I have more of this? Nope. The thing about this is that I don't seem to have another picture. Maybe? Wait, sorry? What do you mean one more print?
Oh dear, don't you have this in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works?
Runa!
What?
You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? You know, one for the left eye and one for the right.
Well, yeah, but I don't have the other one. Oh yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph.
No. I think you'll find that the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need to print.
Thanks for the friendly explanation.
Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, I can always show it to this young man then.
I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me.
Let's get back to things on track, shall we, Counsel? All we need is another shot from a slightly different location and we could see the scene in 3 dimensions.
Hold it!
I guess I'm just going to ask. Can it really show up new clues though?
Don't you know unless you try.
Take that!
But I don't have the other one, so it's just gonna go on.
Take that!
Yeah, I don't have the other one, so... Yeah. Okay. So the only other one that I can think of. Let's go. In motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I'm convinced, brothers are rich.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not VILEN BORSHEVIK.
VILEN BORSHEVIK.
The Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary?
Ah, I believe there is such a rumor.
It's just a rumor.
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out.
People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
And which glove fits? And which glove fits?
Good day, I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Right, that didn't sound staged at all.
You'll forgive me for having my doubts. I knew that it was VILEN BORSHEVIK.
To be treated like vicious criminal all the time, it's very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look. The Skulking Brothers? Ah, maybe they went inside a pawnbroker's shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That is all I have to say. The Skulking Brothers did nothing wrong that time? Alright, well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Aris.
What is it right now?
The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it?
In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist that's in among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary?
I wish I knew.
Okay, this is very much the other one, so let's see. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketing. Those brothers are the scum of the earth, they should swing for shooting the great detective. All we need is another shot from a slightly different location and we can see the scene of the dimensions. Okay, so you are gonna need another kind of evidence. If I have left it in there, I should think there will be repercussions by now. And made up, stop. Global broad transmission of verdicts, follow, stop. In motherland, we say no other lodge for... okay. Well, evidence points out to the shooting of Sholmes, of course, because it happened. But he says that all of it. So... I really don't believe him.
Objection!
These two statements clearly contradict each other.
Sorry, Albin, can accept that as a squadron leader.
What?
All fighting for a common cause, and you know, my chaps, no way that contradict one another. I concur, Mr. Foreman.
I cannot believe that I actually managed to lose health. I never do that. Let's see if something changes. Oh god, this is very hard. Wait. Right now, you have nothing to do. Right now. And you... Oh, that's right!
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good lord! Counsel, explain yourself.
Oh my! My statement? Contradictory?
Contradict. Contradict. Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick. I have mouse. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired shots from the revolver.
Yes, they shoot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand.
Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen. Abdomen. A-B-D? There? Sorry. My English is still learning. Oh god, I got scared for a second there. Jesús Cerecedio Segovia. Hey, nice to see you, Hikai. So, I'm playing Ace Attorney as usual. And I'm so excited for this case. But yes, this is a very interesting jury. I cannot believe that I actually managed to lose already some health here.
You're telling the court you didn't hear?
Forgive me, I did not hear. Oh wow! This is the first time I received stars! And now I actually can go to Eldon from some ramen. God, thank you so much. That actually means so much to me. God, I'm so happy for this. Like, really very, very happy. I'm just gonna like this with a heart because I am so happy. I have never received stars. This is very cool. Thank you very much. I thought that I was never gonna get some. Then again, I just activated it yesterday. Thank you. Like, for real. God, I'm so happy. I can't believe that I got stars. Really. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me that you like this. That you like me enough to... Oh god. I'm really receiving everything here. Thank you. Like, really thank you. Forgive me, I did not hear. Ah, here is word, abdomen. Part of person body containing such stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker. You thought it was a good idea to let this man be on jury again? I mean, the same person that thought that it was a good idea to have an old deaf man that completely variates, and then who also had the old lady who was just like, I really like to go to the park. So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? Thank you very much. I don't know exactly when I learned this kind of English, but I'm not trying to boast here, but I'm pretty sure that I have one of the best English in pretty much every place where I have worked at. They said before we never do nothing, but truth is they shot detective. This is double negative. Yes, that's exactly right. Oh, the poor mouse! No! Lie! Oh, wait. I'm using a normal voice for him and he's Russian, so...
Lying is wrong! Especially when lying is said by person who looks like criminal!
Coming from you, that seems... surprisingly prejudiced.
this means. When they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough! I trust no one now.
It's not the mouse's fault though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. You just wanna leave the court.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Yes, it is, Runa. Easily.
Sorry?
With the prints from Hurley's red hand recorder.
You're gonna give me the other one.
Ah. If you compare the print that pictures Genie and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Okay, Mr. Prosecution.
Falling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Yes, but I have a feeling that I need one before, one later. Not only this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the store. Meanwhile, the skulking brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot out. You think that I sound native? That's very nice. To be quite honest, one time I was told that I sound like I was from New York, but I actually don't think that was true. I feel like they were trying to be nice. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is a print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight.
So this was taken after Hurley was shot then.
Okay, let's check them. I'm gonna have to see them side by side, definitely.
As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken.
That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. I am going to art this because that is very flattering, my dude. Whoops, that was actually done with my own account. So yeah, over here. There it is. So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I did not understood situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it's very important to continue with trial. Oh, that was nice! Immediately!
Yay! Well done, Runa. The balance is shifting.
Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. Well, I now find both pictures. If I can do that, we just might turn the situation to our favor still. Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand that new photograph I print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence. Both shooting photograph. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Yes. Yes, and I'm so happy for that. In lake of lies are many dead fish. We must find truth. Therefore, I must say, not guilty verdict. Okay, you guy. You know what I want. I'm gonna hurry up because I actually already know which one to present first.
Take that!
Alright then. Now, second similar picture.
Take that!
Alright, these two prints were both taken with the same camera on Windybanks on the night in question. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer? Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle? Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. I hope I don't have to cross-eye my eyes because this is gonna hurt. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some objects. Then when your brain merges the two images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were that. Yes, exactly.
It's that small shift between certain objects in the two pictures that's really important.
So what happens if you use two photographs that are exactly the same then?
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally anyway.
Oh! Oh! Of course, now I see!
I think the young girl has discovered the secret!
I
I always like this face. Hey, don't cross your eyes before you tell me.
have a little look at this picture from Harley's camera, Runa. Go on! Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them?
Of course there is. There are two people in the first and there are no people in the second.
Well, Jed, you can see that straight away. But now, we're looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions.
Alright, I'll give it a go. So you have to close your eyes and try to make the two pictures overlap exactly. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle. Quill pens? Oh, it's because they're trying to make me focus on something. Oh god, this hurts to try to do. Wait. The lamps.
Well, did you manage to say it properly, Runa?
I'm just not very good at this, that's the trouble.
Oh, don't worry, I have just a thing. I happen to bring with me a portable stereoscope.
I know I mentioned this yesterday, but if you had that contraption with you from the outset, you could have saved me the staring at Mr. Winterbank and Gina like I hate them all the time.
And if you remember, I said in reply that it's so much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes.
Yeah, but it kinda hurts. When should I play Strive? Well, whenever I have the chance. I actually have not been able to do it, but I need to find myself some time if I'm gonna go to Evo. I wanna go to Evo! But surprisingly enough, I don't wanna play one of the main games, I wanna play Ultimate Marvel. But yes, I wanna keep going with that. But right now, Ace Attorney is my focus. I actually have not played Stripe pretty much since Lewis, is it called? Since he came out. I knew that she came out as well, but no one else.
Why don't we try using the helpful little aid now?
I wonder if this is gonna help.
Here goes!
Oh, thank God that they do this. Now, let's see what we got. Wait, look at that! What's going on with these two pictures? Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you. What the judge was doing it!
Yes, that's it, you see? That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Other amazing power? Is someone going to explain this black magica? Why do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that,
I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of stereoscope, you'll answer your question.
Basic principles of the stereoscope?
As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all.
It's the slight shift in the position of certain objects that let you see pictures three-dimensionally. In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures. Oh! I am seeing it! The picture on the left, you can see that the notes are trailing off the bench, but the picture on the right, you can see that they are not, and now the candle things that are behind the balance are a little more to the right. Why is this going on? And what does this mean? It shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Something was pushed back.
Yes, there must have been.
Is everybody doing the face?
Now hold fire there, sir! Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this ship between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on! You're the cross-eyed master!
What? Me? I wasn't able... Not even me in the real world was able to do this.
You know, Runa, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 AM. And 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly on the interim.
So something got moved, but why? So that means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Trickers?
Someone tampered?
New information, stop. Not mentioning testimony so far, stop.
Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, my leg hurts when I tried to do that. The question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
Are you suggesting you might know?
Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. I like how their descriptions are exactly the same. It must have been Pop.
Take that!
Quite clearly it was the work of this meddler. Oh god.
I'm afraid you're disgraced there, Counsel.
Oh? Yeah. It should now be clear, even to you, who is responsible for the impeachable shift in the direction of this trial. Toward the absurd. Let me guess. Hi Alexis, how you doing today? I can see that you accidentally.
Let me guess. Me?
Shift aside my Nipponese friend and let the real lawyers do the talking. I really felt that one. I cannot believe that I'm losing here.
If you think about it, it has to have been Naples. There's been someone who was at the window banks when everything was going on, doesn't it?
Well, yes, that's true.
So... that narrows it down quite a lot, I think.
Have another thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. Okay, it's gonna be them, but... Wait, I just remembered that this actually is very well scheduled.
Take that!
It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers. Wait!
This does not agree with what brother said in testimony before.
Oh, that's right, because I'm trying to prove them wrong. Oh my god, I'm a moron.
They said that did not even have time to pull dukes from lazy lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning behinds and loosey lockets is meaning pockets.
Oh. Thank you. Also hungry. Yeah, I actually do believe you. Oh, we need to eat something.
Or is this another lie? Is this what you are saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Now hold on there a minute, you can be sure of that.
I quite agree. The kiss is a common big person after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things onto the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely.
And why exactly?
As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Winterback to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrange's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulking Bros have omitted key facts in their testimony.
But the kiss is a big person. Come on, gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Skulking Brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact, worse than a pig purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? What are you gonna eat, by the way? Because I'm actually starting to think on suggestions for that.
Well said. I for one would like to hear more from that shady pair.
Because he has to keep his head sterilized.
Can you see now?
I think you'll find stereoscopes are playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. I love this guy.
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home at via Regent Street. Stop.
Woohoo! 4 members of the jury are actually on my side now.
Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course.
Yes. By killing his neurons. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. Pizza. How about burgers? No. Don't you have Totinos now that I think about it? That would be very nice for you. I think. Yeah, I really have not that many ideas.
Who lean to guilty?
Oh, that's right. Now you have new teeth. Are you happy with that? How have they been? Have they been working for you? They have not moved or something, right?
2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. And I order this trial to continue.
Yay! Well done! Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Bruno. You never know when it might come useful.
Twice in one trial will be initial, surely. But alright. Use it! Eat everything! Eat everything, Alexis. I wonder if I can check it. In 3 dimensions! Yes, I actually can. That's interesting. And is there nothing here? Oh! Oh, look at that! It's totally changed shape just from one little button press.
Well, that is what the button's for, Bruno. You're just like Harley. You boys love pressing buttons, don't you? Especially if you don't know what they do.
Us boys? This is a 10-year-old girl.
Anyway, now you can see that it really is a stereoscope, can you?
It would have been more interesting to have played this in the original 3DS, Alexius. After all,
They actually forced me to try to watch two pictures like that. It hurts my eyes very much.
You have to put your two prints in here to start with, you see?
and then when you look through the eyepieces, you can see the image in 3 dimensions. In 3D!
The important thing to get right is the position of the two prints.
So this is why you use a 3DS, huh? This is a game that was... This is the game that the 3DS was made for. And now I actually have to play it on Switch.
I don't know what...
Oh, wow! I didn't know that Naruto the Thong of Iris bows. I don't know who came up with the idea of that stereoscope, but it's really quite fascinating. Just checking that there's nothing over here. Especially because this was at the scene of the crime in the first place.
Lord Van Seeks. You will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
With Street Pass. Because you really like the Street Pass, right? I don't know if you noticed, but Jacaranda actually posted a picture of herself with a 3DS. And that was very nice for me. I won myself another chance to prove that pair about their tickets at night at least. And I won't stop proving them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. So, since today's a work day, I think that we have to stop pretty much to be continuous this time. I wish I could keep going. I could have another accident like this morning and be late at my job. Not accident like a car accident or something, I just literally woke up like an hour late. It was very embarrassing. So I think that for now, that is where we're gonna end for today. Seriously guys, I have never been so happy about what happened today. Like, I got stars. I did not expect that. Oh, no, don't worry. I will keep playing this. I am so excited about this. But you have to realize that today is a work day, and I have been struggling to... Oh, God, I'm still alone right now. And that is very good, to be honest, for this, but sometimes it's very difficult to wake up on my own. I'm sorry, that is so embarrassing. Anyway, right now, I think that we have to stop for now. I'll see you next time, okay? Thank you again very much. I'm so happy about how it turned out today. And I'm so happy to be finally back in court. The summation examination was very fun. Okay, everybody? The message and goodbye.